Now, my home is now so hot because the heater now, the whole apartment is so hot because I switched on the heater. The heater is poor. Let's continue. Now remind me what I was talking about. Danny boy, I see you. Where did I stop, Seth? I was talking about, now remind me what I was saying, Seth. I forgot. This is why I don't like getting the husband. What? The husband, I forgot. Marriage, yeah? Okay, let me continue. Okay, yes, marrying rich wife. Now, thank you, sir. Thank you, guys. Now I've remembered what I was saying. It is better for you to have your own thing in life, no matter how small it is, no matter how small it is, and you can live in liberty, in freedom. You can live your life to the fullest. Nobody will control you in your own home. Get the point? Nobody will control you in your own home. Are you getting my point now? But when you go seeking for greener pastures in the hand of a rich woman or marry from a rich home, that family will turn you to a slave. You cannot even talk to your woman authoritatively. In some cases, that woman will not show you respect. Do you understand? In some cases, that woman will not show you any respect because she is the one providing for you. And the worst thing you will do in life, listen, share this program. Share this program. Let me talk to men. This program is about to start. The worst thing to do, never you ever as a man go live with your in-laws. Don't you ever as a man go begin to live with your in-laws, the parents of your wife, or the brother of your wife, or the sister of your wife. Now, some people don't understand it. Anybody that has ears should hear. If you make mistake and go start living with your in-laws, your case is finished. That is, if you make mistake and go begin to live with your in-laws, they will see you finish. They will see you finish. So let's continue. This is why as a man, you need to fight your fight to be independent. Independent of anybody. Fight to be a man of your own. Have your own things in life so that people will respect you. Even if it requires or demands you humbling yourself before people that you are older than, even if it requires you serving younger people in order for you to make it, to climb the ladder of success, do it. Don't have ego. Don't be proud. Humble yourself and make it in life. When you see people you can learn from, when you see people that are bigger than you, go under them, go to them, submit yourself to them and learn from them so that you can climb the ladder of success. Do you understand what I mean? So that you can climb the ladder of success. But There are so many people. What is holding them down, not back, what is holding them down is ego. Man, look at this boy. I am older than this boy. I am older than this girl. Why should I go serve this girl? Serve that girl, serve that boy to succeed. Serve that person as far as success is guaranteed. Man is God to man. Woman is God to woman. Serve that person. After, you are not going to serve that person for life. Remain humble. And after some time, you will be a man or woman of your own. That is it. But if you say, if you are proud, if you have a proud spirit and say you will not humble yourself before people who have achieved great things in life, if you don't want to humble yourself before people who are in position of power, people who can help you, you will remain poor. Get the message. Get the message. See, there are people, your destiny, your breakthrough, there are people, your own breakthrough is in their hand. Could be your brother, your cousin, your sister, an aunt, a stranger, a friend. There are people, your breakthrough in life is in their hand. Such people, when you meet them, you humble yourself before them so that you can have that breakthrough in life. This is not about academical qualification. Hey, I went to school. I'm a graduate. I hold master's degree. I did better than this. No, grace is greater than academical education, qualification. Grace is greater than your academical qualification. Grace is greater than it. Some people did not go to school, but they have grace. A lot of people did not go to school, but they have grace. Let's go further. So, we are talking about divorce and separation. That's what we are talking about this morning, this afternoon. I told you that people marry their enemies. I know people who went to marry a wife. People who went to marry their wives. There are also women who married their husbands, but many of them are living in regrets. They are not happy in their marriages today. Many are not happy in their marriages today. Remember what I told you. People marry for different reasons. There are some women who married their husbands to come abroad. Not that they love that man. Now let's dwell on this particular one now. Women who married their husbands to come abroad. Now, I have witnessed many, incidents. That is, I know people that brought their wives from Africa, brought them abroad, and they fought themselves to finish. When I asked one of my friends what went wrong, look at what the guy told me. Listen. This guy told me now, one of my friends then told me, he said, when he was visiting Africa, when he was a bachelor, a single man, when he hasn't married the woman showed him maximum respect. The woman showed him maximum respect. That is, even before the woman will serve him food, she knelt down. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you should be a slave. to your husband. But the woman pretended, she hid her character. Each time she went to serve the husband food, she will kneel down. She washed the husband's clothes, ironed them, did everything for the man. The man, thought the lady was a wife material, somebody to spend his entire life with. Because that lady, hid her real character. And later, the lady revealed why she married that man was to use the man, come abroad. She never loved the man. She never loved the man. Do you understand what I mean? So, she said it. Now, when this lady came abroad, before this time, the husband was having hard times, was having tough times before this time. Now listen, I then advised this, my friend. I said, since you have children in Africa and you have a wife, why are you living alone? It is better you bring your wife and children over, bring them to Europe, and your wife will then begin to support you, and you will be getting government benefits because of the children you have. The guy asked me, he never knew before. He said, Rodi, really? I said, yes. You start getting government support. The guy did this thing. And guess what? When the children finally arrived, came to abroad here, few months after, fight ensued. They started fighting. Guess why they are fighting? Why they fought? Money. The government began to pay child benefits or children benefits, and then they began to get social benefits, and that was a lot of money then. So this guy was giving part of the money to his relatives, and the wife wasn't pleased with it. She wasn't happy with it. As the guy was, when the money comes, the guy will give money to his family members, send money to them. And the woman wasn't happy about it. So as time went by, they began to fight over money. Now the fight was brutal that in the end, they separated. It wasn't a small fight. That they went to court, police got involved. It was not a small fight. So when that marriage crashed, the woman said she has achieved her aims, because her aims was to use the man come abroad, which she did, that she never loved the man. Now I omitted some details because I don't know who is watching me, But the woman said that she never loved the man in any way. She only used that man to come abroad. This is why I keep telling people, I said, be careful. This man fought to destroy the woman too. Both of them, if you see the fight, the man had some secrets, and this is why you've got to be careful. I told you guys, some people married their enemies. As they started fighting, all the information, now listen attentively so that you will learn. Listen attentively. As you know, as they started fighting, all the secrets of that man, all the man's secrets, the woman went and exposed it, revealed it to the police, to everybody, to the authorities. She told the authorities every information about the man, all the man's secrets. Now, if you never see something, I told you some people marry their enemies. The man was stripped of all his benefits. In the end, he lost all his benefits and so many other things that I wouldn't mention here. Let's go further. In the case of this man now, I'm talking about, in the case of this man, you've never seen, when you marry an enemy, during divorce, or if you start having problem with that enemy, he or she will do everything humanly possible to pull you down, to tear you down, to finish you, to ruin your life. There are women or men, that is, as you divorce them, they will fight you to finish. Some will go to the extent, I told you, some people do marry their enemies. You think I'm joking? Now let's go further. This is why I encourage everybody here watching me, whether you are a man or woman. You see, in the end, you have yourself. Anybody can betray you. Anybody can disappoint you. Somebody might befriend you, go into a relationship with you for a reason. Do you understand me? There have been cases of African men who took their wives to abroad and they ended up unaliving themselves. How did it happen? Now listen. You as a man, in most cases, men are the ones who unalived their wives. Now listen attentively to me. Some women came, I'm saying it now. Some women came, I'm not trying to discourage anybody or sow seed of discord. I'm not here to sow seed of discord. But, man, I say what's on my mind, and I'm here to educate people. There are some women, if you marry them, you will never achieve anything in your life. They came as wives, but they are spiritual enemies. There are also some men, when you marry them, they will ruin your life. They came as husbands, but they are spiritual enemies. Listen attentively. I'm telling you. In the end, listen, you discover that if you're not careful, if you're not spiritually alert, you will carry empty hand. That is, you end up empty-handed. After the marriage, when the marriage crashes, when you look back, you discover that you lost time and resources. This is what I call spiritual setup. Some people, yes, this is, you've been set up in the spiritual. There are people you are not supposed to meet. There are people you are not supposed, there are partners you are not supposed to come across them in life. So now listen attentively. Some people, there are people, when they see a woman, they say, man, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I don't know who is watching. Don't fail. Now, guys, go to my YouTube channel or see that TikTok, that my bio on TikTok. Go there, subscribe. You see a link, YouTube link. Subscribe to that. Press that link and it will lead you to my YouTube channel. When you see a beautiful woman, an ugly woman, a short woman, a tall woman, a handsome man, ugly man, rich man, poor man, whoever. Now I'm talking about men. Let me forget women. Let me talk about men. Because it is men that usually come abroad first to come hustle, get documents, and return back home to go marry women. When we came here, 95 to 98% of the Africans that came here were men, young men that came to hustle. Then when they got their documents, they returned home to go marry their wives. Now let's go. Also in US and many other places. Now listen. You know, it takes years. Even as I'm making this video, I know so many people do not have documents. So many people are still struggling to get documents. I know how things works abroad. Now you see, it took some people 20 years to get documents, some 10 years, some 5 years, 3 years, depending. Some 30 years, they have not gotten any documents. Now listen, there are people who we are lucky to get documents on time. After 5 years, they got their citizenship. Some, before they went home to marry their wives, they have already, what's it called? Purchased house on credit, mortgage. They have bought their own house on credit. So they are paying installmentally. Every month they pay the bank back the money. Listen. So some rented their apartments. Guys, give me 1 minute. Some rented their apartments. Now share this program. Just give me 1 minute. So I'm back. This place is too hot. I'm live on this, So now, many of these guys, after they got their documents, they felt there was no need marrying a woman in America, Canada, Europe, Australia. That was their feeling. They felt no need marrying a woman there. Now, these young men decided to go marry women from their own country, their native land, women from their tribe. Don't forget, in some cases, these men did not know the women before. They don't know that lady before. They just traveled home, met these women, introduced themselves. In some cases, people recommended the wife they married. Not that they know these women personally. People recommended the wives they married. Maybe parents, friends recommended, nah, go marry that girl. She's the daughter of so-so person. She's a nice girl. Recommendation or introduction. That was how some guys based abroad got their wives, because they are not living in Africa. You married the wife through recommendation, not that you loved the woman. So now, some of these men who have lived abroad for many years went home, married the women, and took the women back. Now listen, as the woman arrived, this man in America, you see, the next thing is persuade the woman to go learn nursing, go to nursing school. That is what happens in America. Now I need to be raw. To make money as a woman in America, you need to go to nursing school. Do you understand me? Now, these guys, it's like nobody is watching on YouTube. Guys, are you there or you are not there? What's going on? Now, when women arrived abroad, the husbands will introduce them, send them to nursing school where they go to learn nursing. After graduation, they start working. Do not forget, these men who went home to go marry these women never knew these women before. Joy, I see you. They never knew these women before. Number one. And these women probably never loved their husbands. They don't love them. They don't love this man. As the woman began to work and start making money, other men around now begins to find that woman, that wife of somebody, attractive because the woman is making money, driving cars. In some cases, even her co-workers, male co-workers, might pick interest in her, start liking her, showing her, interest. Because that woman never loved the man, the love is not from the depths of her heart. She never loved the man. And as soon as that woman gets all the documents she needed, like gains her citizenship, if she gets her citizenship, gets all what she needs, and she has given birth to 1, 2, 3 children, the next thing is she'll be doing what she wants. She wouldn't, because in some cases, by the time the woman arrived, the man has already gotten tired. Maybe the man is in his 50s, can no longer walk like before. The woman is the breadwinner. The woman then becomes the breadwinner of the family. She's the one that finances the home, pays the mortgage or the rent, feeds the family, and the man is already tired. Now what happens? You see, and when you come abroad, this is where you see men that are specialized in snatching people's wife or sleeping with people's wife, both Oyibo and black men. Abroad here, there are men and women that are to spoil home, to scatter home. There are men, they don't want to know if you are married or not. Listen, there are men you meet here, they don't want to, they only pursue married women. You as a woman, you need to be very, very careful. So, yes, there are men, their own is to pursue married women. Now, as soon as the woman is established, start making money, you see outsiders begin to brainwash that woman. From outside, they will brainwash her, manipulate her. What are you doing with this lazy man? This man is not making money. This man is not bringing money. Blah, blah, blah. They will start manipulating that your woman. Guess what? Before you know it, that woman will start sleeping with, she will start having boyfriend outside. Before you know it, that woman will start having boyfriend outside. And along the line, she will start coming home late. Start giving excuses why she came back late. She will always go somewhere, they will all, either the friend has a birthday party or she'll go to night vigil. There is always an excuse to give. Or she's going to see her friend. Before you know it, she's dating somebody else. And eventually, the husband finds out. Now listen attentively. Eventually, the husband finds out that the woman he brought from Africa is cheating on him. The woman he spent money, a poor woman who was living in the village that he brought from Africa, is now cheating on him. Don't forget, in most cases, these men are already in their 50s. They are tired of life. Now listen to me as a man. The next thing you see some men is the resort to violence. You see some men attack the women, unalive the women, which you shouldn't do. Listen to me attentively. This is what you should, never you try it. Now, let me tell you why I am running this program now. Let me tell you why I'm running this program. If your woman is cheating on you, let me repeat it. you catch your woman cheating on you, or your woman is cheating on you, you applying violence is not the solution. Listen attentively. If you apply violence, you are a weak man. You are a weak man. I'm telling you, are a loser. Go bet it anywhere. I know it's natural for you to get provoked, but a wise man controls his temper. It is annoying that a woman you brushed up, betrayed you. I know. But in this case, you need to apply wisdom and have self-control. Let me tell you why. Many people are serving life imprisonment now. Many people that I know are serving life in prison. Let me tell you. You know, I've been talking about you investing in yourself. Any man you see that attacked a woman because she cheated on him is a loser. Any man you see is a hopeless man. I will tell you why. I'm not telling you a lie. You know what will happen to you when you attack a woman, when you unalive a woman? You end your life in jail, or you may be executed in some states in the US. You will end your life in jail, the whole life you spend in jail, for unaliving your wife. You will never come out, and you knows it. So, the thing is, why should you take because of one individual and spend the rest of your life in jail? Somebody you've not known before, you've not met before. Say you've spent 40 years in abroad, 40 years abroad, 30 years abroad. You don't know this woman. You met your wife at a point. At a particular point in your life, you met this woman. Before you met this woman, your life has been going on. Get the message. Without this woman, your life has been going on. You've been doing your things. You get the message now. How come? Because of the woman's misbehaviors, you want to end your life in prison because she offended you? Now be wise. Let me go deeper. See, which kind of men do this kind of things? Which kind of men do this kind of things? Men that do this kind of things are losers. I will explain it to you now. See, as a man, if you have created alternatives for yourself, you wouldn't like to spend the rest of your life in jail, in prison. As a man, if you have, listen, if you created alternatives for yourself, you wouldn't like to. Hey, don't call this please don't call this place again. Let me put it in a way that you will understand. Let me put it in a way that you will understand. Guys, before I go further, you go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to my YouTube page. Now let's go. Let's say, I always say, make sure you create alternatives for yourselves. I always say it. No matter the situation, no matter what the situation might be, make sure you create alternatives for yourself. My own principle is, don't lay all your eggs in one basket. Don't lay all your eggs in one basket. Now, if you are living, okay, I'll put it in a way. You understand me? If you are living in Europe with your wife or your husband, make sure you have something back home. You are living in America, in Canada. No matter how sweet Europe is, no matter how sweet America is, as a man, make sure you create alternative for yourself. Because there is what I call unforeseen circumstances. Yes, your woman loves you, your husband loves you, but this is life. Anything can happen. Now, there are some men who are living in America, living in Europe, and they have nothing at all at home. Listen attentively. I like keeping it real. There are so many men, all their eggs are in one basket in America, in Europe. Listen, now, in a situation where all your properties are in America or in Europe, all your properties are in America. Now, you went to Africa and married a woman. The woman came, gave birth to 3, 4 children. You know how it goes abroad. If you divorce a woman, you pay child support or children support. And you've got to vacate that your home for that woman to stay and raise your children. That is the way here. That's how they do it here. When you, in divorce cases, you, the man, need to leave, vacate your home, and the woman will live there and raise the children. And upon that, you go to work and be paying the woman. You need to pay child support. That is the way. That's how the law here. Hold on. A man that is in his 60s, a man that is approaching 60 years, or a man that is approaching, what is it, in his 50s, how can he have the power to go work and pay child support of 4 children, 3 children? You die paying that children's support. That is, at the end of the month, they divide your salary. From where you are working, they will remove that children's support automatically and pay the woman and the children. And you'll be left with nothing. Some people cannot even afford to pay their rent. So, now, what happens? You see so many men, they cannot bear it. They don't know how else to continue their life, because they see that woman as somebody, they saw that woman as somebody that came to destroy them. They saw that woman, I told you, they saw that woman as somebody that came to destroy them. The next thing you see those men do is they resort to violence. They unalive the woman. Now, that is, it will end up brutally. Because, like, a man that is in his 60 years and his children are still small, you need to pay for these children till they are 18 years. The man will decide to end it all. But if you do that, you are a loser and a failure. I will tell you, let me tell you why. I know a man here, I'm not going to call his country of origin. I know a man, not one, not two. Smart guys, they rode with me. We spoke, they gathered information, they collected wisdom, they gained wisdom associating with me. Listen, these men, while they were hustling, making money, all their money went to Africa. They built estates and left it there. Along the line, as if they saw the future. Listen, they built estates and left it as if they saw the future. Their wives truly messed up. Their wives truly messed up. Now guess what? One even went to prison. When the guy came out of prison, he carried his bag and returned back home. Aziz, you said, let's be serious. So I'm not serious now. So what am I saying that is not serious? Aziz, tell me what I'm saying now that is not serious. What I'm saying, what the things I'm explaining here, are they not happening? Now, Aziz, the things I'm talking about here, are they not happening? As I'm making this video, there is a customer of mine that is serving life imprisonment here in Austria. A customer of mine, he unalived his wife. If I mention the name now and everything, people, if people that are living in Austria, old schools, will know the man. Do you understand me? If I mention the name and the country where the man comes from, old schools will know the man. He has been in life, he's serving life since 2002. So don't come here. This is why I'm here to, open people's eyes. Let me continue. The man has been in jail, in prison since 2002. He was a regular customer of mine. Now let's continue. Let me give you the story of this man now. Because of this thing you said, let me give you the story of this man, this my customer. Listen attentively so that I will make it brief so that you learn. You know, some of you don't, do you think I come here to tell fairy tales that I don't know what I'm talking about? Because, man, there are so many people who are watching me anonymous. That is, you don't know who is watching. So that's why I don't mention names and I don't mention country of origin. So many children are watching me too. So that is, but because if I mention the names, everybody will know who I'm talking about. Now let me tell you let me tell you about this person. I'm not going to mention the country. This man was my country. This man came here early 90s. After many years, the man struggled. The man was a Jehovah's Witness member. Some people, the man was a Jehovah's Witness member. Now this man came here, spent years. After he got his citizenship, he traveled to his home country and married a very beautiful woman. If you see this woman, but that man was, all these men, he wasn't sharp, And when I saw that woman, he brought the woman to my shop. Man, that woman was a beauty to behold. The woman was a beauty to behold. Beautiful woman. You cannot even believe that that woman accepted to marry that man. He came with that woman like 2 times to my shop. So after, sometimes the man will come alone. The man loved barbing punk. I was his hairdresser, barbing punk hairstyle. I'm very quiet. That man doesn't talk. That man, the man is a very quiet man and he doesn't make problem. He likes staying on his own. This man doesn't argue with nobody. He never argued with anybody. Very quiet. So when he traveled to his home country, married the woman and came back and brought the woman here, they started living together. The man was going to work. 1-2 years down the line, the woman was unable to conceive. But no problem. After a while, the woman began to have boyfriends because that woman was really beautiful. The woman was beautiful, a beautiful lady. I will not tell you lie. And such a woman, in fact, when I saw them, I knew that man couldn't hold that woman. That woman cannot be capable to hold that woman because men will disturb her. To marry such a beautiful woman, you need to be a strong man. You know what I mean? Along the line, the woman began to have boyfriends. And, the man heard about it, investigated. He investigated. Now the man led ambush. And guess what happened? He caught the woman. He found out that the woman was cheating on him. Listen to this. What this man did was shocking. This man unalived the woman while asleep. Stabbed the woman more than 30 times. while the woman was asleep. But the thing is, the woman has family members here. You know, these telephone calls, the family began to call and the telephone wasn't going. Nobody was answering the telephone. Now the family involved the police. That was how the police, when they found out that that woman is no longer alive and they saw all the stabs and the whole thing. Now they apprehended the man, arrested the man. The man is serving life now since 2002. I didn't even know. It was other of my customers that came to my shop said, now, do you know that, do you remember that your friend, that's your customer, that your customer? I said, yes. He said, look at what he did. That your customer unalived the wife. Now, hold on. That guy, that customer of mine is the most stupid man on earth. The most foolish man on earth. Just because of one woman, he is now spending his entire life in prison. This is something I can never do. I will never do. Just because of one woman, he is spending his... Now, what happens to letting go? What happens to letting go? Now, even after 1 year, you must have forgotten that woman. Listen, I cannot take because of one individual that I met along the way and spend my entire life in jail, in prison. Never. This is why I told you that most of these men are hopeless. They have no alternative in life. If you create alternative for you, and you discover that a woman came to ruin your life or mess your life up, you carry your luggage and return back to Africa as a king. If you built a decent house in Africa or you have properties, what do? You carry your bag, go and live your winter life in Africa. Now women are, okay, let's go, let's keep it real. Now there is a way I think. Let me tell you how I think. When you go to Brazil, there are millions of women in Brazil, single women. When you go to America, there are millions of single women searching for husband. If you go to Nigeria, there are millions of women looking for husband, praying to God to get a husband. If you go to South Africa, you see women that are praying to God in Ghana, in Cameroon, in Uganda, in Kenya, I know if I touch down now at any airport, even from the airport, I will be catching women. From the airport, if you arrange your life, from the airport, you start collecting women. So, I tell because of one woman, I will not eat food of my choice. I will spend my entire life in prison. Who is that person now? Who is that person? Listen, this is why I keep telling you, life is a battle that you've got to win. Now think outside the box. Think outside the box. Always think outside. Now what if my husband changes? What if my wife disappoints me? What if this happens? What if they deport you? There are so many ifs. What do you do when the unthinkable happens? That's how smart men or smart women thinks. Now, this is why I keep encouraging people, don't allow anybody to use you, number one. And I always I always say here, I say, make yourself a priority. I appreciate you, King Face, I see you. Make yourself a priority. You see, that money that came your way, listen attentively. That money that came your way, do not use that money to take anybody on vacation. Don't use that money to please anybody. Use that money, first of all, please yourself. Invest in yourself. Make sure you've laid a good foundation for yourself. Then every other thing can follow. Know that if anything happens, you have something to fall back on. This is how a man thinks. If anything wants to happen, let it happen. You cannot go to extreme. Now, when you remember, listen attentively, use your head. When you remember that downtown, back then in Africa, if you return, you're going to live a good life. You will not like to spend the rest of your life in prison. Do you understand what I mean? When you remember that if you return back home, you have things that will make your life comfortable, that life goes on for you. You will not like to unalive anybody. You will not like to go to prison for one day. Let the person carry her problem and be going. Because you want to go enjoy your swimming pool. You want to go enjoy your bungalow. You want to go enjoy your flashy cars, your duplex. Women never finish. Women not finish now. So that is why any man you see that attacks a woman is a failure, has nothing. The man is at his bus stop. Any man you see that is a loser, the man is a loser. Do you understand what I mean? Because you know what awaits you after unaliving a human being. You end up in prison. Do you understand what I mean? You end up in prison. This is why, when you remember that you have a duplex with swimming pool, you have a swimming pool on top of your roof, you have swimming pool on top, you have jeep packed waiting for you in Africa. Jeep, you never use self. You've never used your jeep. You have properties that when you touch, you take because of one individual, go spend your entire life in jail. You come to tell me you are a wise person. You come to tell me you are a wise person. You are a foolish person. You see, in the olden days, when men were men, let me tell you, okay, let's look at the other side of the coin. In the olden days, when men were men, all those people you see that honor life to those women, they fell in love. Real men don't fall in love. Those men you see that honor life to those, they talk it. Those men, guys, now subscribe to my YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube page. Guys, go to my YouTube page and subscribe. Somebody's asking why. A soldier does not fall in love. A soldier does not fall in love. Go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to my YouTube page. Now you know the life of a soldier. When his service is required, When a soldier's service is required, what happens? He will leave his wife, his children, and everything and go on a mission. Do you understand what I mean? That should be the life of a man. You cannot, now I know some men that fell in love. A lot of men who say they are in love, many of them are cowards. Because some men, because of the love they have for their wives, they couldn't even hustle. They couldn't they couldn't do a thing. Let me give you a gist. When I was much younger, I had girlfriends so back then in Africa. But when duty calls, I had girlfriends in Africa. But when opportunity came for me to travel, I did not think twice. I did not think it twice. I carried my bag and moved. I said, baby, wait till they come. I'm coming. That was the end. I moved forward. What if I miss that opportunity and that girl later disappoints me? What if I miss that opportunity and she betrays me? Do you understand me? I may miss that opportunity, say I'm in love, I don't want to travel because I'm in love, and then that girl later disappoints me, or that relationship crashes. You go fall in love in Nigeria. See, now somebody said, Foodie said he went to Nigeria and fell in love. And since that time, now Foodie, that means you are not a core follower of this page. Foodie, if you say you went to Nigeria and fell in love and since then you've been spending money, you are not a core follower of this page. They are still cashing you mugu. They are cashing you mugu now. You have been monetized like a social media platform. Do you understand what? They have monetized you as a social media platform. A real G does not fall in love. Instead, gets married to a decent woman. They don't monetize you. You go to pay. Yes, now. Do I need to tell you? Any contact you have with people in Africa, any woman in Africa, they will monetize you as a social media platform. You'll be paying monthly due. You will be paying them. The only thing they do, now let me tell you, I need to say it. The only thing they know, Nigeria, let me say it. Nigerian girlfriend is only bring. Give me money. I need to say it. How can you go fall in love with a Nigerian woman? Let me say it here. Any chat, any contact with them is money. You went to Nigeria and fell in love. Since then, you've been spending money. You should have known better now. So they fall in love. Now listen, Foodie, you are not a core follower of this page. If you are a core follower of this page, they will not monetize you. They will not. If you have been following this page for months now, nobody will monetize you. Now people monetize me back in the days. They follow monetize me, but now not now anymore.